This video is a parody, created solely for comedy purposes. I do not own Beyblade Metal Fusion or any YouTube channels similar to my own. Welcome to Beyblade Sins, the channel where I poke fun at a show meant for children. Now hold on to your hats, cause a cringe storm is brewing.
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip!
これはベイブレードに全てをかけた熱きブレーダーたちの物語である。
A lesser known fact about MFB is that Hikaru, rather than Madoka, is actually featured pretty prominently in the Japanese version of the intro. Sin for scrapping whatever potential storyline they had for her that might have added more depth to her character. Even though two of these bays crash way earlier, they still end up right next to the other Face Hunter's bays when defeated.
So what's your name?
Hikaru Hasuma.
Hikaru doxes herself, with zero hesitation, in front of several guys who just tried to jump her. Pretty much every kid featured in this shot, and this shot has a totally unique and consistent design. None of the characters are copy-pasted, none of them appear out of nowhere, and none of them teleport to a different position. The level of continuity here is honestly impressive. Too bad they've definitely exceeded the maximum occupancy of the building. This random kid seems to think he's a main character. Go back to standing with the extras, you boob!
One!
That's not how sickness works. Nobody passes out like this from
Just a cold.
Even more concerningly, however, Jenga opts to say cockroach in Spanish instead of asking for help or stubbornly trying to still shoot his bae like he does in the Japanese version. These noises.
Hey, I'm fine. It's nothing, okay, guys? I'm alright?
Sick character insists they're not sick cliche.
Forget it! I hate medicine, okay?
Jenga cowers under the covers because he doesn't like the taste of medicine, which always felt to me like a huge overreaction. Turns out it is. In the Japanese version, he's scared of needles, not medicine.
そう、注射の一本も打ってもらえばきっと良くなるわ。注射
Not sure why they felt the need to make this change, but it removes some clever context from a later episode, and that's a sin.
Since he came to town, Jenga has had one fierce battle after another.
Considering any battle against Tetsuya to be a fierce one.
Hey Kenta, what are we gonna do if those guys come to challenge him again when he's sick like this? Oh. If that happens.
Kenta never properly answers the question and leaves us all hanging.
To win against strong opponents. That is the destiny. I have been given the path I must follow.
Hikaru combines the sentences, "That is the destiny I have been given," and "I have been given the path I must follow," into one long, grammatically incorrect, run-on sentence.
If you want to improve, you must battle with opponents stronger than yourself.
Battle with strong opponents?
Yes, that's what I just f***ing said.
You'll achieve the dream I wasn't able to. I believe in you, Hikaru. I know you can do it. You're the only hope I leave behind. The only hope.
Parent forces dreams and expectations onto their child cliche.
Wow, Kenta! When did you get so many points?
Kenta hasn't even earned 1,000 points since the last time we saw his point counter. Based on the general amounts he wagers against Hikaru later, which breaks down to about 250 points per battle if the Beyblade wiki is to be believed about how many times they rematch, this means that Kenta has only fought and won 4-ish battles since episode 1, which is hardly impressive. Sin for Jenga giving this kid false hope.
Maybe I could beat you. Until then, I won't lose to anyone.
Kenta clearly hasn't seen the end of the episode.
Since you're so busy dancing, you won't want any of this.
Madoka describes this as dancing.
I can't believe it. I always think of you in your workshop, not in the kitchen.
Fine then. Kenta, let's eat this. Just the two of us.
Jenga basically says the exact opposite of women belong in the kitchen, and still gets shit for it.
I haven't eaten anything since last night.
Considering Jenga passed out around midday, this means he probably hasn't eaten for 12 plus hours. Sin for that being incredibly out of character.
Jenga's Pegasus has its shooting star blast attack.
Kenta misremembers Pegasus's special move as the shooting star blast attack.
Inside the spin track, there are things that look like claws, see? Oh yeah, that's cool!
Evidently, Kenta has never turned his bay upside down before.
Hey, kid!
Huh?
Benkei either teleports or is the stealthiest mofo to ever exist to make it here within the few seconds after the wide shot.
Jenga? What do you want him for this time?
Well, what do you think? I've come to challenge him to a battle!
Benkei would be great at Beyblade sins. I mean, seriously, when has Benkei ever asked about Jenga for reasons other than a battle?
An incredibly strong one named Hikaru Hasama!
Hikaru Hasama?
What are you, a parrot?
Benkei would be double great at Beyblade sins. Hikaru gasps like she's surprised to hear someone approaching, even though she's expecting a challenger to show up.
I'm Jenga Hagane.
What did he say? What's that kid doing here, huh?
If Benkei can hear Kenta and Hikaru, then, by the associative property of common sense, Hikaru should have been able to hear Benkei's loud-ass shout of, "What's that kid doing here?" Either Hikaru is deaf, or she's too stupid to realize that kid isn't actually Jenga Hagane. Whichever way, it's still a sin.
Go Sagittario! Make your move!
Hikaru tells Kenta to make his move after he's clearly already made his move.
Stamina types have their own battle style! So that's your plan? You're gonna try to drag out the battle, then launch an attack at the moment I run out of power? How boring.
Even the world of Beyblade can't make stall an interesting playstyle. Kenta's Bay has canonically been thrashed by a pebble, but can somehow withstand a barrage of solid strikes from Hikaru's attack-type Bay? I call bullshit.
Here's the real one!
It's hard to clock, but even after Hikaru sends the real one forward to attack, her Aquario can still be seen circling around to keep up the illusion. Maybe her Bay really did multiply.
Aquario Infinite Assault!
Hikaru's special move being powerful enough to KO doesn't make any sense. Only one of those bays is the real one, so wouldn't the power of her special attack be no greater than a regular attack? It looks cool for sure, but the logistics don't work. Rematching and losing again and again is one thing, but why are you falling victim to the trick you already saw through? You at least know how to counter that one.
I don't have a reason to battle with you anymore.
Anymore? You didn't have a reason in the first place. Your sole motivation is to fulfill your mother's destiny by fighting strong opponents. Points are irrelevant to that, so why waste time with a weakling like Kenta?
Benkei?
Benkei is very large, very loud, and has been overall very conspicuous this episode. Yet somehow Kenta doesn't notice him until right freaking now!
What? But that's not fair!
What are we gonna do?
What should I do? What am I gonna do?
What am I going to do now? What am I going to do?
What? But that's not fair!
Okay, roll out.